Today I wanted to dive into 5 ways that I've drastically changed my business this year. And I hope that this inspires you as to give you some ideas about what to do for yourself, and also to see that as a business owner we are always evolving. It's not a static process, we're innovating and moving forward in a different way. So the first thing is branding. So previously my branding was under the fulfillment artist, and I had that for many, many years. And when I started this year, obviously COVID happened, and that was a little bit different to what I'm used to. I'm used to doing offline workshops, being able to connect with people, and the truth is I could call my brand whatever. They weren't really buying into the brand, it was into that human connection and that authentic connection that I would make with people. But the challenge that I had when I worked with a business coach in February, I worked with her for 6 months, was figuring out how do I market better online with regards to the brand, to have a brand that actually attracts people. And that's where I moved to the entrepreneurial lifestyle, because it very quickly portrays the message that I want, so that I don't have to do any explaining. And as a coach, or if you're in the training industry, when we look into these 3 different types of brands, you have a brand based on a modality. So I'm an NLP practitioner, I'm a hypnotherapist, whatever that is. That gets you average success. Then what gets you great success is you have a charismatic individual and they lead the brand. And very much that's what I was for many, many years. And now I've moved into a results brand. And this is where you base yourself based on a result. And the reason I'm sharing this is because in your industry, think about the result that you generate for the clients that you work with. So now it's very clear that I work with business owners who want to enjoy the lifestyle they thought they would have when they started their business, and also boost their business success. And by working on those elements, it's allowed me to work with entrepreneurs from all walks of life and really clearly define how I help them and the outcomes that they're aiming for. Next, my business model. So previously I was doing a lot of one-on-one coaching, working with people. However, I wasn't able to scale dramatically. And yes, I had certifications in different programs and I'd run workshops, but once again, that would be these 2-day events. I'd have to spend a lot of time there. So what I've done this year is I've digitalized a lot of my content that has allowed me to more efficiently scale and take more people on. So as opposed to me having 7, 8, 9, 10 different workshops in a year, I put all those workshops, all the best content and golden nuggets, I put into the Entrepreneurial Lifestyle Accelerator, and now I have a kick-ass program that people can go on that can scale dramatically. I have trainers that can deliver it, and suddenly I have a much more scalable business model. So for those listening, I would really challenge you to think about how you, in this time we have left of 2020, could reinvent your business model in a way that will lay the foundation for greater success in the coming years. Next, funnels. So funnels is something that I've heard about, I've played around with, but I've never really built funnels in a way that they are completely automated and work for me. I've done book a call funnels where PDFs are sent to people and they book in with me, but I've never had these funnels in place whereby I work incredibly hard once, and suddenly I have everything in place to be able to nurture someone, to send the right things to the right person at the right time. And by putting that in place, that is enabling me to free up a lot of my time so that I can really work on serving my clients to the highest level, and I don't have to reinvent the wheel. So when I look into funnels, I suppose for yourselves, you can think into automation. How could you automate even more of what you're doing so that you can serve people at a higher level and be more efficient? And this is where, if you're having the same conversations, if you're doing things again and again, see if you could systemize it or to move it or productize it so that you don't have to continually do the same thing, but instead have these automations or these systems that enable you to move forward. Next, marketing. Marketing is something that I've completely changed this year. Previously, I would do a lot of offline events, and I'm sure if you're watching this, you've probably seen or been to one of my offline events. I really hope you enjoyed it. And ultimately, for me, that was a fantastic marketing tool whereby I could have a human-to-human connection, I can speak to people, and I would go from offline to online coaching. Now, with COVID happening, obviously that went straight out the window, and suddenly I had to reinvent my marketing. So this is where I looked into blogs, even more videos. I mean, I've been doing these pretty much on a weekly basis for 4 or 5 years. But ultimately, with regards to marketing, I was looking into different channels. So I started doing mini workshops. I started playing around with being on other people's podcasts to be able to give back and have a larger impact. And that's been fantastic to broaden my web, so that I can impact more people and also attract more people into my business. And the way in which I want to relay this back to you is for you to think about how could you create a wider web or a stickier web where you can attract more people to you. And this is where you think of strategic partnerships, you think of who has the target market that you want to work with, and how could you create a win where they win first and then you win. And I think that's incredibly important. So make sure that you're playing around with that, especially marketing now. You've got to be on top of it, like day on day, week on week, because it's changing constantly, to be able to bring in consistent leads so that you don't get overwhelmed and you don't have to go chasing clients. And the last thing, number 5, for me is about impact. And I've been working on having a huge impact on people from all walks of life for many years. And one of the ways that I've decided this year that I want to have a bigger impact is through podcasts. Because I do my videos. However, I really want to get other people's perspectives and opinions and to really dig into their own psychology so that you can understand from other entrepreneurs' perspectives how they think, what they do, what routines they have, and how they move forward. So I decided to launch the Entrepreneur Lifestyle Podcast. And this is where I interview people from all over the world, all walks of life, and we basically dive into their story, figure out their secrets to success. And for me, that's a fantastic way to have an impact on a larger scale. Yes, they'll send it out to their audience, that's cool. But the main thing for me is to be able to consistently serve entrepreneurs in a way where I'm giving them what they need and those tools, that inspiration, to enable them to move to a different level and get insights, not just from myself, but from other people as well. So with that said, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to comment and give it a like. And if you haven't yet booked in a lifestyle and business evaluation, you do have an opportunity to do that. So this is a free business and lifestyle evaluation where we'll look into the 5 major things holding you back and the #1 strategy to help you move forward in a more sustainable way. So if you want that, make sure to drop me an email or drop me a message and I will get that booked in for you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.